Did you know that over 50% of diabetics experience the dawn phenomenon, waking with higher blood sugar than when they went to bed? This morning spike occurs even without eating anything overnight, often leaving people confused about why their fasting numbers remain elevated despite careful daytime management. These overnight blood sugar spikes are not merely inconvenient, they increase cardiovascular risk by a shocking 40%, according to research published in the New England Journal of Medicine. This silent nighttime elevation damages blood vessels while you sleep, compromising long-term health outcomes. Medical research has identified 3 specific bedtime drinks that naturally regulate glucose during sleep, stabilizing blood sugar through different biological mechanisms. Each works with your body's natural processes to prevent the liver glucose dump that typically occurs in early morning hours. Making this simple 2-minute evening adjustment could be the difference between waking refreshed, with stable glucose versus exhausted with elevated numbers that impact your entire day. Many people discover that morning readings improve by 20 to 40 points within just days of implementation. Pay special attention to drink number 2. While remarkably effective at blocking excess glucose production, most people prepare it incorrectly, neutralizing the very compounds responsible for its blood sugar stabilizing effects. These are not exotic ingredients requiring special ordering or significant expense. These simple drinks use common kitchen ingredients with powerful scientific evidence supporting their glucose-regulating properties overnight. The overnight blood sugar challenge presents a puzzling situation for many people managing diabetes or prediabetes. Despite fasting for 8 to 10 hours during sleep, morning blood glucose often rises significantly, a phenomenon that seems to defy logic. This occurs primarily due to 2 biological processes. First, the liver performs a glucose dump between 3 to 8 a.m., releasing stored glucose to prepare your body for waking. Second, hormonal changes during early morning hours, including increased cortisol and growth hormone, naturally increase insulin resistance. Together, these create what endocrinologists call the dawn phenomenon. Elevated morning glucose significantly impacts daily well-being. Starting the day with high blood sugar causes fatigue, brain fog, increased thirst, and irritability. Long-term, these morning spikes contribute to higher A1C levels and increased risk of complications, even when daytime numbers remain controlled. Conventional advice often suggests avoiding all food before bedtime. However, research now indicates that specific nutrient combinations before sleep can actually prevent morning spikes by addressing the underlying physiological mechanisms. The 3 drinks featured in this video work through distinct pathways, enhancing insulin sensitivity, reducing hepatic glucose output, and decreasing inflammation that disrupts overnight metabolism. Let us start with an ancient spice-infused drink that research shows can reduce morning blood sugar by up to 29%. Drink number 1, cinnamon tea, the insulin sensitizer. Cinnamon contains bioactive compounds called methyl hydroxychalcone polymers, MHCPs, that mimic insulin in the body, activating cellular insulin receptors and improving glucose uptake from the bloodstream. This ancient spice essentially enhances insulin effectiveness overnight, allowing your body to maintain stable blood sugar even during the dawn phenomenon. Research published in the Journal of Diabetes Science and Technology demonstrates that regular cinnamon consumption reduced fasting blood glucose by up to 29% in type 2 diabetics. Additional studies show it specifically blunts morning spikes when consumed before bedtime. An important distinction exists between Ceylon cinnamon, true cinnamon, and cassia cinnamon, commonly sold in supermarkets. While both varieties improve blood sugar, Ceylon cinnamon contains significantly lower levels of coumarin, a compound that may affect liver health in large amounts. For regular consumption, Ceylon cinnamon offers the safer option. For optimal preparation, combine 1/2 teaspoon of ground Ceylon cinnamon with 1 cup of hot water. Steep for 10 minutes, strain if desired, and add a small amount of cinnamon stick for additional flavor. The water temperature should be hot but not boiling, around 190 degrees Fahrenheit, to preserve the beneficial compounds. Robert from Chicago experienced remarkable improvements using this approach. With morning blood sugar consistently reading 145 to 160 milligrams per deciliter despite medication and diet control, he began consuming cinnamon tea 30 minutes before bedtime. Within 1 week, His morning readings dropped to 110 to 125 milligrams per deciliter without any other changes to his routine. For enhanced flavor without compromising benefits, add a small amount of vanilla extract or a cinnamon stick. Avoid sweeteners, milk, or cream, as these can counteract the blood sugar stabilizing effects. For maximum effectiveness, consume this tea 30 to 45 minutes before bedtime, allowing the active compounds to reach peak blood levels during the critical 3 to 5 a.m. window, when liver glucose production typically increases. This approach benefits those with insulin resistance and prediabetes most significantly, particularly individuals who notice a consistent pattern of elevated morning readings despite good daytime control. While cinnamon tea enhances insulin sensitivity, our second drink works through a completely different mechanism to prevent overnight liver glucose release. Drink number 2, apple cider vinegar elixir, the glucose suppressor. Apple cider vinegar contains acetic acid, which directly interferes with certain enzymes in the liver responsible for breaking down stored glycogen into glucose during sleep. By temporarily inhibiting this process, it specifically targets the dawn phenomenon at its source, preventing the liver from releasing excessive glucose during early morning hours. Research published in Diabetes Care demonstrates that consuming diluted apple cider vinegar before bedtime reduced fasting morning blood sugar by 4 to 6% compared to placebo groups. This reduction proves particularly significant for those experiencing dawn phenomenon, often translating to 10 to 20 points lower morning readings. When selecting apple cider vinegar, choose unfiltered varieties. A colony of beneficial bacteria and enzymes visible as cloudy strands in the liquid. These probiotic components enhance the glucose-regulating effects beyond what pasteurized versions provide. The most common preparation mistake involves improper dilution. Consuming vinegar too concentrated can damage tooth enamel and irritate the esophagus, while over-diluting reduces effectiveness. The optimal ratio combines 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar with 8 ounces of water, creating a solution potent enough for blood sugar benefits while protecting oral health. For improved palatability without compromising benefits, prepare the elixir by combining 1 tablespoon apple cider vinegar, 8 ounces of water, a quarter teaspoon of cinnamon, a small squeeze of lemon. Stir thoroughly and consume through a straw to protect dental enamel. Margaret from Texas discovered this solution after struggling with persistent dawn phenomenon. Despite excellent daytime control, her morning numbers consistently read 140 to 170 milligrams per deciliter. After implementing the apple cider vinegar elixir before bed for 2 weeks, her average morning reading dropped to 118 milligrams per deciliter. For maximum effectiveness, consume this drink 30 minutes before bedtime, allowing the acetic acid to reach the liver during the critical window when glucose production typically accelerates. Using a straw and rinsing with plain water afterward helps protect dental health. This approach particularly benefits those experiencing significant dawn phenomenon and stress-induced early morning glucose spikes. It often works well for individuals whose morning readings remain stubbornly high despite good control throughout the day. While our first 2 drinks focus on glucose metabolism, our third drink targets the inflammation that disrupts overnight insulin sensitivity. Drink number 3, golden milk, the inflammation reducer. Golden milk harnesses the power of turmeric, which contains curcumin, a compound with potent anti-inflammatory properties that directly impact blood sugar regulation. Chronic low-grade inflammation disrupts insulin receptor function and contributes to overnight insulin resistance. By reducing inflammatory markers, golden milk helps maintain insulin sensitivity during sleep. Research published in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry demonstrates that curcumin reduces inflammatory cytokines that interfere with insulin signaling. Clinical studies show participants consuming turmeric regularly experienced a 16 to 24% improvement in insulin sensitivity, with particularly significant effects on fasting blood glucose. The true power of golden milk comes from its synergistic components. Turmeric provides curcumin. Black pepper contains piperine that enhances curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. Ginger contributes additional anti-inflammatory compounds. A healthy fat source ensures proper absorption of these fat-soluble compounds. Without these absorption enhancers, Curcumin passes through the digestive system largely unutilized. This explains why many turmeric supplements fail to deliver expected benefits. They lack the companion ingredients necessary for bioavailability. For optimal preparation, warm 1 cup of unsweetened almond milk or other non-dairy milk to approximately 165 degrees Fahrenheit, hot but not boiling. Add 1/2 teaspoon of ground turmeric, 1/4 teaspoon of ground ginger, a pinch of black pepper, and 1/2 teaspoon of coconut oil. Simmer for 3 to 5 minutes while stirring frequently, then strain if desired. Sarah from Portland incorporated golden milk into her evening routine after struggling with inflammation-related insulin resistance. Her morning blood sugar readings improved from averaging 155 milligrams per deciliter to 127 milligrams per deciliter within 3 weeks. Additionally, she reported improved sleep quality, which further contributed to better glucose control. For maximum effectiveness, consume golden milk 60 minutes before bedtime. This timing allows the anti-inflammatory compounds to reach peak blood levels during the critical middle-of-night period when inflammatory markers typically increase. Beyond blood sugar benefits, many people report improved sleep quality with this drink, creating a positive cycle as better sleep naturally enhances insulin sensitivity the following day. This approach particularly benefits those with inflammatory conditions, joint pain, or poor sleep quality that contributes to glucose dysregulation. Now that you know these 3 powerful drinks, let us talk about how to implement them for maximum benefit. Strategic implementation. For optimal results, implement these drinks in a strategic rotation rather than consuming the same one every night. This approach prevents adaptation while targeting different aspects of blood sugar regulation. Here's a quick look at a weekly schedule. Cinnamon tea on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Apple cider vinegar elixir on Tuesday and Saturday. Golden milk on Thursday and Sunday. Track effectiveness by recording morning blood sugar readings alongside which drink you consumed the previous night. After 2 weeks, patterns typically emerge showing which drink works best for your unique physiology. For enhanced benefits, consider these combinations for specific situations. For stress-induced spikes, combine golden milk with cinnamon tea. Consume golden milk first, then cinnamon tea 30 minutes later. For severe dawn phenomenon, the apple cider vinegar elixir often produces the most dramatic improvements. Prepare ingredients in batches to save time. Premix dry cinnamon tea ingredients, store refrigerated apple cider vinegar mixture for up to 3 days, or prepare golden milk paste that can be quickly dissolved in warm milk. Consistency proves crucial for reliable results. Incorporate these drinks into your existing evening routine, perhaps while reading, watching television, or preparing for bed to ensure regular consumption. Before implementing these drinks, important precautions must be considered. These drinks offer significant benefits, but require careful consideration for certain individuals. Those taking diabetes medications, particularly insulin or sulfonylureas, should monitor blood sugar closely when beginning these drinks, as they may enhance medication effects and potentially cause hypoglycemia. Consult your healthcare provider for personalized guidance. Timing matters significantly relative to medications. Generally, maintain at least 1 hour separation between these drinks and oral medications to prevent absorption interference. For insulin users, these drinks may require dosage adjustments. Consult your healthcare provider for personalized guidance. Individuals with digestive conditions such as acid reflux should exercise caution with apple cider vinegar, even when properly diluted. Start with half the recommended amount to assess tolerance. Those with gallbladder issues should consume golden milk cautiously, as turmeric may stimulate bile production. Monitor for potential side effects. Cinnamon may cause mouth irritation in sensitive individuals. Apple cider vinegar can cause digestive discomfort if insufficiently diluted. Turmeric occasionally causes mild digestive upset when first introduced. Those with specific medical conditions should seek professional guidance before implementation. Individuals with blood clotting disorders. Cinnamon and turmeric have mild anticoagulant effects. Liver disease, kidney disease, or those taking multiple medications. Consistency remains essential. Irregular consumption produces inconsistent results and makes tracking effectiveness difficult. Conclusion: these 3 evidence-based drinks, cinnamon tea, apple cider vinegar elixir, and golden milk, target different aspects of overnight blood sugar regulation. Most people notice improvements within 3 to 7 days of consistent use. Begin tonight with the drink that addresses your specific pattern. Track your morning readings to identify which works best for your body. Stable morning blood sugar transforms your entire day, improving energy, mood, and long-term health outcomes.